I did a video like this before. I don't know which one it is. It's probably under the tab on my page for under prepping. But this is a new list that I've compiled with some web links to easy to follow and understand instructions on each of these topics. So I'll email this to you if you like. Um, just message me, send me private message or post on this video your email address, and I'll email it to you. And nothing else, just the list if you'd like. It's a Word document. Anyhow, or you can go ahead and if you can copy and paste these links. I don't know if that works, but you could try. So I updated with the links, but I'll just go through these topics real quickly. The main thing you're going to need if an EMP strikes and there's no power, um, or God forbid, a nuke, but basically, it for any reason, if there's no power and you don't have your water getting pumped to you from the city or your well pump's not working, is you're going to need water. You can only survive up to 3 days with no water, up to 30, 40 days with no food. People always think about food, but you need water more importantly. So if you have a body of water nearby, a lake or creek or stream or river, um, or if you have an in-ground pool, that's awesome. You can filter that water through even just a gravity-fed filter, like a Berkeley filter or a ProPur filter, um, because those gravity-fed filters with ceramic filters will even take out the chlorine and conditioners and stuff in your pool water. And that's the only thing that will. Can't boil that out. You can evaporate chlorine from your pool water, but you can't take out the conditioners and muriatic acid and all that other stuff. But the ceramic gravity filters can. And the ProPur and Berkeley, they're just stand-up stainless steel units, different sizes. You can put them on a counter. You can pack them up and take them with you camping, and they don't operate on any electricity. You just pour the water in and it goes through the filters. So, but even in your survival backpack, if you have an emergency backpack in your house or your car, which I suggest you have one in your car, put bottled water, like even just put at least a gallon of water in your car, because you never know when your car's going to break down, especially if it's the summertime and it's super hot outside. You don't want to be stranded there waiting for AAA, or God forbid you have to wait for someone else and it takes longer, or you don't have anybody to come and you have no water. Okay, so store up water if you can. If you have a body of water, have ways to purify it. You can use tablets, chlorine. You can use bleach. A gallon of bleach is handy for many reasons. Iodine tablets, and in your backpack, you can have life straw. So you could drink right out of even an algae infested pond through the straw, and you won't have to wait you won't have to filter or boil it. And then you can always boil. Okay, so this link is collect safe drinking water from the wilderness link. How to go quicker. Food, MREs, freeze-dried foods. I'm a big proponent of freeze-dried foods because there's so many different brands out there, but they're light. You get a lot for even 1 gallon can size. You get a lot in cans or bags, and they're lightweight for the most part, unless it's rice or beans. Canned is a little heavier. Dry foods don't last as long unless you seal them with a food saver. Then they can last 6 months to up to 3 years longer if you use a food saver to seal portions of the dry foods, which I've done that too. This is from Popular Mechanics, How to Forage Food in the Wild. So Another way is to have like plants in your area, like northwest or southeast or wherever you live. Um, you can buy botanical books on um, edible plants in your area and know the foods that are available to you. Cattail roots and Joshua tree roots and flowers, and different types of berries, and even the cambium layer of pine trees, the white layer underneath the bark. So all kinds of stuff is edible if you're stranded and you have no food on you. Fire starting, of course, that's a no-brainer. You don't want to be out, especially without a shelter, without being able to make a fire. Um, Matches, flint, have a flint on your keychain, okay? Um, Waterproof matches in your backpack, a lighter in there. You can always find kindling and wood in the wilderness, no matter where you are, even in the desert, because there's dead Joshua trees on the ground in the desert. Magnifying lens in your backpack would help too, or even a pair of glasses to intensify the sunlight through and cause something to catch fire. Um, so here's survival wilderness, how to start a fire. Okay, shelter, you can live up to 3 minutes without air, but only up to 3 hours without proper shelter if it's sweltering outside 110 or it's like 10-degree Fahrenheit, super cold. All right, so you want to have, you're not always going to have enough clothes on you to keep warm, but you can even use a large trash bag, which doesn't weigh anything. Put one of those in your backpack because if at all, it'll help you. You could wear it as a poncho from the rain, and it'll help keep your body heat next to you um, rather than have it all escaping. If it's cold, you can pile up a bunch of leaves. You can bury yourself in leaves. If it's really cold, pine needles and leaves. Find something that you can crawl into. However, if you are able, put a small tent in your trunk or wherever your bug out location is. Have a warm sleeping bag in there. You can use tarps. A tarp is lightweight. You can put one of those in your backpack because if you have some paracord and a tarp, you can always make a roof to keep you from getting wet. Okay. Uh, and then if you have a trailer, RV, cargo container, or cabin in a remote location, that always helps, but we're not all that blessed. So uh, take measures. Otherwise, here's 37 prepper uses for trash bags link. So there's so many uses. You can even make a mattress with leaves and a trash bag if you were camping out in the wilderness. Okay, cookware. Um, Campfire grill. You can always make a fire and use a stick, okay, and barbecue meat that you hunt or fish or whatever. However, if you have, I'm sorry, if you have a portable barbecue or a little grill, make that part of your collection in a tote to put at your location. Um, Also, keep your propane tanks and your propane bottles filled. Another thing that you can always use, this says how to build a solar oven. I made a solar oven out of a medium-sized box, some styrofoam to insulate between boxes because it's a box inside of a box with the foam in between, and then foil and a one piece of a plexiglass, a thick, like I don't know, like 3/8 inch plexiglass plate for the top so that the sunlight can go through that and then insulate the inside with aluminum foil to retain that heat. It's large enough to put a medium sized metal crock with a lid inside there so I can even heat up stews. But it's something when you don't have any propane or any other means to cook, you can always use the sunlight. Same with energy. Solar panels are great. Solar generator. I still haven't bought one of those yet, but I'm looking at one of those. and putting it in a Faraday, box that I make so that the generator doesn't get blown. But solar generators use the sun's energy, and it's always going to be around, so that you can plug in, you know, even a mini fridge, or um, you know, a little burner, electric burner, or something that you may need to use and you don't have any gas or electricity. You can always use wood, um, as a means to produce energy, uh, and for sure heat. So grid down energy options for, um, when poop hits the fan. This is survivalistprepper.net. Clothing, of course, keep some extra socks, some gloves, and a beanie in your backpack, or in your, at your bug out location in a tote. But you should always have, just like if you're going hiking, a long sleeve shirt and a short sleeve shirt, some shorts, and a pair of pants, and a jacket. Bandana, there's 98 uses for a bandana, so you should always have a bandana in your backpack. If you look at that link, Survivalist Prepper, also, you'll see why what you can use. You can even use a bandana to help filter your water, to pour it through as the first means of filtering. Okay, survival equipment, for sure, a pocket knife, paracord. You can make a bracelet, and you don't even have to carry it, it's just on you. You'll have, you know, at least 4 or 5 feet of cord. You can use that cord for helping to trap animals with a stick and a cord. Put some food in there, some bait, trap a squirrel, or you can take out the paracord, strings inside, and make a fishing line on the end of a stick with a worm. All kinds of things. In my backpack, I even have like a Ziploc baggie with some fishing line and some hooks and some weight. Doesn't weigh that much, just part of my backpack. Okay, there's all kinds of books on wilderness survival, edible plants. Okay, so this is fieldandstream.com, talking about 6 primitive traps catching food in the wild. First aid, you need to have a medical little first aid kit, as extravagant or small as you want. Have some, ibuprofen, Tylenol, some pain reliever in there, as well as some allergy like Benadryl in case somebody gets a bite or a bee sting or something. Medicines, alternative medicines if you need them, and maybe even some potassium iodine tablets in case you're, there has been any radiation. This is on outdoorlife.com. Okay, hygiene, wipes, antibacterial wipes or soap, a small sponge, and a small little thing of dish soap if you're, using the same utensil and dish over and over, part of your mess kit. Um, Hygiene items. This is no preppersurvive.com. Okay. And then tools, basic tools for car repair. I always carry, like, I always have to have a screwdriver in my cars. Okay, but maybe a pair of pliers and a wrench is also a good idea to keep in your car. Duct tape, many uses for duct tape. It can even help tape your sole of your shoe to your shoe so that you're not flapping while you're walking. Crazy glue, that doesn't weigh much, a little tube of that. Hammer, pickaxe, shovel, and hatchet, depends on where you're storing it, or if it's in the trunk of your car. Weapons for hunting and protection, pistol, shotgun, rifle, knives. Don't forget the ammo. So probably if I were by myself, I'd just have my pistol with a couple clips, and I wouldn't want to carry more than that because it'd be too heavy. This is adventure.howstuffworks.com, survival wilderness. Okay, backpacks for on the go needs, essential. Also, what I didn't mention with food is You can also have some seeds stored, so some non-GMO, non-hybrid seeds, so that you can, while you're foraging and hunting and using whatever food supplies you have, you can start some food growing as well, so that you will have some food when you start to run low. Um, have a little bit of everything in your backpack of what I've described up here, whatever you desire to carry, especially water. Important documents: license, hunting, fishing license, your firearm card, passport, social security, or birth certificate. I have these in a box that I would grab, um, but not necessarily all in my backpack, only if I'm going hunting or fishing. Vehicles, um, remember, not all cars will run if there's an EMP, so keep them maintained and running well and filled with gas, and pray that the Lord gives you one that still runs. Okay, bartering items. Um, People may not be interested in your gold or cash if poop hits the fan, but they sure will want food and water and toiletries like toilet paper or ammo or chocolate or coffee. So bartering items are good to have, not necessarily to bring with you on the go, but at a bug out location or at your home. Always have more than one plan, A, B, C, and D plans. Okay, bugging in as well as bugging out, and let those in your group know where your bug out locations are. Practice a few times a year. I haven't practiced like packing up my whole house or packing up everything that I would take and taking it there, but um, I do try to practice going remote camping with little um, comforts. Okay, and acclimate yourself. Okay, even if you just practice not having electricity or anything related to electricity in your house for a day and a night would be good practice. And then learning how to cook and do things without that electricity. All right, hope this has been helpful. If you want the Word document, just send me a message. God bless.